Hello, welcome to this video. This is a standard podcast with knitting, a tiny bit of sewing. I'm Monique Amy. I'm an illustrator by day at Monique Amy. And then I also love fiber arts. I'm obsessed with knitting. And you can find that at Knits. Let's start off. We're going to get right into it because I think this might be long. Oh, also I'm recovering from a cold. So I'm a little congested, but hopefully it's not too annoying, and I will cut out any gross noises, I promise. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the Cumulus Tee by PetiteKnit, and I made it with Sislergit, I don't know how to say that, I still haven't learned, merino singles in true blue. I believe I used 3 skeins of this, so 300 grams. And yeah, I don't know, this is a very popular petite knit pattern. It's made with fingering yarn on, I believe it was 3mm needles. So this was quite the process to knit. I had it on hold for a really long time because I was tired of it, but I'm glad I got there. I also was worried it was going to be too tight, but it blocked out pretty nice. I like how the body fits. I do wish the arms were a bit looser. They're definitely like either exactly my arm size or maybe even slightly negatives because, you know, I'm just like so strong. And I've got like fluff all over me. Anyways, but yeah, it's like really nice because it has these like raglan sleeves. I do like this V-neck. Yeah, and I love this color. Really happy with it. Also, I just braided my hair for the first time in many, many years because it's finally long enough. You would think that I could have figured this out a long time ago, but actually I've been growing out my undercut. So I have these like little, my undercut is probably this long, whereas my hair is this long. So I have these little bits that stick out. But anyways, close enough. So this is the first day I'm wearing braids and it's very fun. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm wearing. First thing we're gonna do. Also, I look at my notes in front of me so that I can hopefully say more helpful things than what I retain in my head. Okay, finished objects. That's the order. Finished objects. I finally finished the Pressed Flowers Kerchief. This is a free pattern, and it's by Amy Christoffers. Let me hold it up for you. It's draping so beautifully, definitely because of blocking. Like it really transformed. Like, oh, it's so nice. I've already talked about this because this has been a lingering whip in quite a few of my videos, I think, at this point. But real quick, the yarn is Woolfolk Tinned in dark gray, or 5 dark gray. And then the orange color is Amirusu Trek in 13 Campfire. And the orange I got in Tokyo, and then the dark gray I got in Brooklyn. So that's kind of fun for me. Fun. I really like buying yarn when I travel, which you'll see later in this video. One thing, so I haven't worn this yet, really. Yeah, no, I haven't at all. I think I want to get like a pin or something to hold it in place. Let me show you what I mean. So, well, first of all, I knit this bigger than the pattern says, but it's, you know, a basic triangle scarf. You can knit it how big you want it to be, you know, that you just keep increasing and then you decide to decrease. So I definitely made it quite a bit bigger than the pattern said because it was feeling too small. So I'm glad I did that. I am happy with the size I did. And I had plenty of yarn to do this. But I don't think I want to be tying this because number one, you'll see the back side. This is mosaic knitting, so it's pretty crazy back there. And it also feels too bulky to do that. Let me show you. Like this is too bulky. I'm sure I can like finesse it. I can't see myself right now because I just record on my phone, but I'm sure I can finesse it to be better, but I'm not enjoying that. So I want to get a pin or like one of those little cylinders for bandanas to sort of just like keep it in place more like this. So if you have any recommendations, let me know because I'm on the hunt for that for this piece. But yeah, it's really cute. I'm really happy with the colors I chose. They both were just colors I had in my stash and didn't know what to do with them. So yeah, I'm glad I made this pattern. And I really enjoy mosaic knitting because I also did the pressed flowers shawl, which is very similar but different, also by Amy Christoffers. And I enjoyed that as well. It's kind of just a fun project. I think any scarf is a fun project to just have on your needles for, not heavy thinking knitting. So anyways, that is the first finished object. I almost said whip. Ooh, okay, next I'm counting this as finished, and maybe you can already see a peek of it in frame. I still have to add the buttons and I would love your input. This is my Olga cardigan. Let me pull up that info. I keep pretty good notes on Ravelry, so I'm Monique Amy on Ravelry, and I also have that linked below. But if you want to see more about any of my projects, you can easily find me on Ravelry. I try to keep good notes. I could probably keep better notes, but I do post pretty much all of my projects now. I used to not, but I'm good at it now. Anyways, it's the Olga jacket, not cardigan. This is my Olga jacket by PetiteKnit. Let me try it on for you. Wow, knits on knits. I love it. I will do B-roll also kind of showing the fit a bit better because also this blocked out incredibly. Before it was like super cropped, like I wouldn't like too cropped for me, and I have a short torso. And I think the sleeve length was hitting just at my wrist, and now I feel like, we've got, it probably grew 2 inches. That's good for me. I don't want super long, but this is good. I love it. So yes, obviously I still need to put the buttons on. Let me talk about it first. So this is with I use sport weight yarn. What does it say? Oh, it says DK. Interesting. Did I knit this off gauge? Uh-oh, I actually don't keep good notes. I lied to you. Well, I can tell you about the yarn. So I used, for this sort of oatmeal color, I used Heirloom Merino Fleck 8-ply, which is an Australian yarn in the colorway Linen. Oh, and that is DK. Okay. And then this maroon color is Picked Wool, Pict, and that is sport weight. So that is a little bit thinner, but it was close enough to make this work. Like, I don't see a huge difference in the weight. And I really wanted these colors together. It's very similar to PetiteKnit's sample, which I really liked. And I like that this sort of maroon color, I'll do close-ups, but it has beautiful variegation in it. Some warmer tones, some pretty cool, almost blue tones when you look really close. So, really love it. This was starting to be a lingering whip on my needles, and I finally had enough of it, and I just decided to knit. I only had the sleeves left, so I just did that this past week, and it was actually super easy and fast. And it's kind of nice knitting striped sleeves because it's very easy to match the sleeves and like count how many rows you need to do, and very clear of like when you need to do decreases because there's a certain amount of decreases in these arms. So I liked that. I am feeling that this is a little bit itchy now that I'm wearing it, because this top below is just short sleeve. I think I would probably only wear it with long sleeve. It's also kind of warm in here in my studio today. The heat finally turned on. So that's probably a factor as well. But anyway, I love it. I will be wearing it. Let's talk buttons. Here is my button case. Very cute. I still haven't decided. So I did on Instagram, I did a poll between two buttons and it was 50-50 pretty much. So not helpful. Oops, sorry. I had a phone call and I was interrupted. Where were we? Buttons. Okay. So I have two button options. I'll do B-roll as well, but I have this like warm gray mauve-y color. And then I have these silver buttons. And there is a size difference, so I guess I should take that into consideration. But please tell me what you think. Please vote in the comments. Which button should I use? Do they both fit nice? Let's see. I mean, I think I could use both. The gray is like definitely is a little bit large. It fits through the hole though, so maybe that's good. So it'll be more secure. And the silver fits much easier through the hole, but maybe it'll slip out. I'm not sure. I can't really tell unless I actually use them as buttons. Anyways, please vote below. And yeah, this was a very simple construction. It's, drop shoulder cardigan, so you have to knit flat, which is kind of a bummer, but pretty simple. Also, the stripes are not too far apart, so it's easy to just carry the yarn so you don't have a bunch of ends to weave in. And also both of these, but especially the oatmeal color wool, it's really easy to spit splice it together where you I use water, not my spit, but you can rub the two ends of the yarn together to connect it. So then you have even less ends to weave in. So I did that a bunch with this piece. So I really had minimal ends to weave in, which is always a bonus. Okay, so I only had 2 finished objects for knitting for this video. I also feel like I did a video recently that talked about other projects and I already don't even remember what I said. I feel like I have a lot to catch up on. So anyways, I have 2 finished objects and the knitting objects and 1 sewing object. So these are the Willa shorts by Spaghetti Western Sewing. Oh, I did talk about this in my last video because I was begging you all to hold me accountable to finish this. So I did it. And actually I had some lovely people comment cheering me on or proud of me that I finished this because I posted this on Instagram. I do post more regularly to Instagram than YouTube. So anyways, that was really nice. I appreciated it. But yes, they're finished. This is my second pair. The first pair I made felt a bit long and maybe slightly big. So, and I'm pretty short, I'm 5'1". So I adjusted the pattern to be shorter. I cut a chunk out of the middle. And then did I go down a size? I think I also went down a size. I think these might be an X small. I'd have to check. And The fabric I used, I don't know the brands or anything. It's just what I had in stash, but they're both cotton, I believe. And yeah, I love this pattern. Will I get to wear these shorts this year? It's not looking good. It's pretty cold out. So yeah, they have this really nice ruffle that goes all the way around, like around the side and down. And hidden in this ruffle are pockets. Look at that. I don't know if this is a great view, but there's pockets and it's super cute. So anyways, I'm going to store these away. I probably won't get to wear them. Maybe if it's like a little bit of a warm day, I could wear them with a sweatshirt and that could be like a cute outfit. So I'll keep that in mind, but yeah, probably going to have to just put these away, but that's okay. Really proud of them. I feel like I'm getting better at sewing, it's exciting. It's not feeling as scary. I'm not as comfortable with sewing as I am with knitting. And I also have yet to, oops. No. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm back. And yes, I was finishing up talking about the Willa shorts. Love them. Probably won't wear them anytime soon, but that is that. So those are all my finished objects. And I have 2 whips to share with you. Okay, the first is my test knit. This is my first test knit I'm participating in, which is really exciting. It's honestly was one of the main goals I had when I started my knitting Instagram account, Mo Knits, and then also sharing here on YouTube, like just trying to be more part of the knitting community, like present in it, also contributing to it, not just silently watching everyone make amazing things. So anyways, this has been a goal of mine to do a test knit, and yeah, I got selected. I'm doing a size medium, and this is a like oversized drop shoulder design with this beautiful color work striping motifs throughout. Yeah, so I finished the body. Oh yeah, and it's by Lirio Knits. And I finished the body and the neckline. The neck is really interesting because it has a bit of double knitting before the ribbed collar. This is the first time I've done a construction quite like this, and it looks good. It looks really nice. Very crisp. So yeah, I'm just starting the sleeves here. The sleeves will also have stripes on them. I believe maybe just 2 stripes. So yeah, I got to do that. I have the test knit ends the first week of November, so got to get to that. The yarn I'm using. So I'm using Deluxe Worsted Superwash by Universal Yarn. Do I have my colors listed? No, I don't. Sorry. But yeah, I did talk about this in my previous video. I talked a bit more about my trouble figuring out the color palette I wanted to do because I had selected other colors and I just kept not being happy with it. But really happy with these colors. Should we look at it like this? I do have a million ends I need to weave in, but I weaved in all the ends on, weaved in, I don't know, all the ends on this side so that I could at least start the sleeve. But yeah, do you want to look at my color work tension? I do find with color work, I get pretty loosey-goosey at the ends, and so I noticed when I was picking up stitches for the sleeves, there were some gaps and holes kind of happening because it was a little bit loose over there. So that's something I'll need to keep in mind in the future, but I'm sure I can go back and like duplicate stitch and like sort of close up any holes that are happening. And yeah, I think that's probably my only tension issue. Otherwise, I think I made it quite stretchy like not too tight. I don't think the color work will bunch up at all. So that's good. I don't think I have anything else to say. The pattern's been pretty smooth. So again, this is my first test knit. So we're in like an Instagram group chat, all, sharing our progress. And it's been really cool to see everyone else working on the same sweater. Yeah, that's been really fun. And seeing all the different colorways, it's really cool. Yeah, okay, let's move on to my next whip. Okay, I finally cast on the Marielle Blouse by Schei Mogenstad. I know I did not pronounce that right. I finally cast this on because I said I was going to cast it on many videos ago and I just never did it. Or I had a video where I had to finish a certain amount of whips before I got to cast this on, and then I got sidetracked with other designs, as one does. Anyways, I finally cast it on. I only cast it on a couple days ago, and I've already done quite a bit of progress, I think. It's going by very fast. It's so lovely. The yarn I'm using is Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in powder. And then this is some really special yarn. This is Lexington Woolly's 4-ply, and I believe it's Tasmanian yarn that I picked up when I was in Australia, and it's very soft. But I am really glad I paired it with powder because by itself it kind of leans yellow, and it's also pretty white, and I don't want to knit anything too white because I've been known to have stains. I've been known to be sloppy, unfortunately. But yeah, the powder colorway sort of tones it to be a bit of a softer color and not leaning yellow so much. So I do think it's a really nice pairing. And yeah, I've had this yarn well over a year, if not 2. When was I in Australia? It's been a while, maybe 2 years. So I'm glad to finally be knitting with this. And I do think it'll block out really nicely. Oh yeah, so I did a swatch for this, and I've had that swatch for a while. I was happy with it, but it was a little bit small. And then I went to cast this on, and I knit for a while, and then I looked at my swatch and back at this, and I'm like, this is already bigger than my blocked swatch, and this is obviously unblocked. So clearly my gauge is different. And I'm assuming I knit my swatch with the wrong needles. So that's not helpful. But I'm kind of using this as like a rough gauge swatch. I know it's unblocked, but I think based on this, I was originally going to go up a size to have it fit how I wanted to. Now I don't think I have to based on this new gauge. And luckily, what I had knit so far, it didn't matter what size I was doing. It kind of was all the same. So it was very easy to switch sizes. Yeah, but basically this is an all over lace sweater in this, what is this type of pattern called? I forget what it's called, but it's very trendy right now to do this type of lace work. Not that I'm following trends. I just love this sweater. It's beautiful. It drapes really nicely. And I think maybe that's part of, this is more of an open gauge, I believe, because it's fingering and mohair with 4mm needles. I think that's kind of big, but I mean, plus you're getting all these holes, all these yarn over holes from the lace. Anyways, in all the photos, it drapes beautifully. And besides the lace, it's a pretty straightforward pattern. It's like drop shoulder, has a folded collar. The sleeves, I don't even know if the sleeves, I'm interested to see how the sleeves will work, if they're gonna have any decreases, but it looks like they're kind of wide, like open, which I have yet to do a like open sleeve. All my sleeves usually have some sort of ribbing to cinch them in at the end. and as well as decreases. So that will be interesting. We'll see if I like that or not. I'm also curious to see, I was looking at other people's photos because, I don't know, this is kind of a bit see-through, so I imagine I'll need to wear like a cami or something underneath, which could look really nice with the white. Although I'm not sure if I have that in my wardrobe. I might need to get that in order to wear this. Anyways, we'll see at the end how that works. But I think this will be a really nice like holiday winter sweater that's not overly holiday or winter. And yeah, hopefully also the mohair is not too itchy on skin, because I think I would prefer to wear like just a cami so that you can like see the eyelets more like on the sleeves and stuff. So we'll see how I style it, but I'm so glad I cast it on. It's very addictive to knit. I just want to keep doing like the next lace work motif. So yeah, it's going very fast. Also, it was really easy to memorize the lacework pattern. I feel like I've already got it, and I've only done 5 rounds of lacework, like of the chart. Anyways, really excited about this. I feel like a lot of other people are also making this, so if you are, let me know in the comments. And also, what color are you knitting it in? I think I saw a blue. I'm pretty obsessed with blue lately, as you'll see. And yeah, I think it looks really nice in colors as well. Okay. Moving along pretty fast, actually. I thought this was going to be super long. Maybe it is. I don't know. Have not edited it yet. Okay, so that was all my whips. Now we are gonna do acquisitions. And I write notes. I feel like it's very easy for me to forget between my last knitting podcast and now, like what I've actually done or acquired or whatever. And so I was keeping notes on my phone so that I would remember. And I had so many acquisitions because I had like Brimfield, some travels that I'll show you. But I already did a video on Brimfield, so I'm going to leave that as it is, even though those are also new acquisitions since my last knitting podcast. So if you want to see those acquisitions, I have my Brimfield video. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep it not too crazy. So, okay. So I went to Oregon recently. I went on a vacation with my boyfriend, and we went to Cannon Beach, which is a place I've always wanted to go. I mean, it is from watching The Goonies is the main reason I wanted to go, but also it just like coastal Oregon looks so beautiful. And I was right. I loved it there. I think I'm like a coastal girly. I love being along the coast. So I was really excited to go to Cannon Beach as well because there's a yarn store there and it had a great selection, and I was able to pick up this brand, Coastal Yarns, and it even says Cannon Beach, Oregon. And I got these two colors, and my plan for these two colors is to do the halibut mittens. Okay, I just had to pull up the pattern real quick so I could talk about it. Yes, the halibut mittens by Caitlin Hunter, also known as Boyland Knitworks. Okay, also if you watch Young Folk Knits, another knitting podcast, I really like watching her content. She, along with I think another podcaster, are doing a make-along for Fish Girl Fall, and I think that's so fun. And yeah, basically you can knit anything that's like fisherman related or like coastal vibes. There's lots of videos explaining this better than I can. So I got this yarn to knit the halibut mittens, and I think I like these colors together. I'm gonna have to swatch them up and see how I feel. I don't feel as confident about picking colors ever since trying to pick out colors for my test knit. Oh my God, did I even say what the test knit was called? It's the Hilda sweater. Anyways, that was the Hilda sweater. We'll see if I like these colors. This is fingering weight yarn. I believe this is all I need to make the mittens. And it's on 2.25 or 2.75 millimeter needles. So it'll be tiny and probably time consuming, but I'm really excited. And this is a really nice souvenir from my trip. Okay, and then I recently went to Acadia up in Maine. I'm based in Boston, by the way, so yeah, just drove up to Maine. And while I was there, I went to Martin's, which I've been to Martin's before. It is a surplus store, I believe only in Maine, and it's crazy. Every time I've gone, I've had a really great time. But you never know what you're going to get, so it's wild. But basically, yeah, it's a surplus store, so there's like all sorts of weird stuff there, but they always have a pretty good selection of fabric. Lots of quilting fabric, but I do find some good, like, I don't know, basic cotton or like linen-y blends as well. Which I guess that's also part of my haul, but whatever. We're going to move on. Anyways, I got a lot of yarn when I was there. So I first, when I was at the store, I only saw the fabric section, and then I was getting fabric, and then I was talking to the employee there, and I had yet to find the yarn. So I was like, oh, do you have a yarn section at this location? And she was like, oh yeah, it's just like, she showed me just the aisle over. My jaw dropped. It was a full aisle of cones of yarn, like cones of yarn. So I was freaking out immediately, like in heaven. So that was crazy. Clearly it was a yarn brand that had gone out of business, which is sad. Yeah, clearly it had gone out of business. So it had all the original price tags from the actual yarn manufacturer. And then so Martin's just had it as like everything is 60% off. Like whatever the price says, 60% off. So they had like a little diagram showing like your discounts. I was freaking out. So let me show you what I got. I did get cones, but I also got some skeins. So yes, the brand that went out of business sadly is Jagger Spun, Springvale, Maine. It says spinners of natural fiber since 1898. I feel very lucky to have this, but I'm sad about the circumstances. So that's a bummer. But very thankful to have this yarn. I love this color. See, I've got like a bit of a blue theme going on. Yeah, I decided to pick this up because, I meant to bring my receipt because it was so cheap and tell you all the prices, but we'll just have to do some math. So this said originally $13 each, which meant I believe it was like $5.20 a skein. So I got 6 skeins of this, and this is 100% superwash wool, 100 grams, 187 yards in French blue. Yeah, that's crazy price. So yeah, I got a sweater's worth. I believe that's a sweater's worth quantity of this yarn. I believe this is more of an Aran weight from what I looked up. And I don't know my plans yet for this. I'm thinking just a basic sweater, like pullover, but I probably won't get to this right away. So it'll just be nice to have it in my stash. And if I see a pattern I want to do, I will have this ready because it was such a good price. Like I had to do it. So I got that. And then we have more blue. I got these cones of yarn for crazy prices. So this is like a really nice brown with like white woolly flecks in it. So this is Woolful from Jagger Spun, and it says breed specific worsted spun. It says Black Welsh and Dorset Horn 3/6. I don't know what that means. 100% Black Welsh Mountain deep brown. And this is 1 pound, 1,120 yards. Whoa. So the original price was $72, which I believe all of these ended up costing me like maybe roughly $30 per cone, thereabouts. I'm not going to do the math. Yeah, got this one. Then we have this one. This says mainline, and it's 100% wool. It says waxed, which it doesn't feel waxed, but my friend Allison on Instagram was messaging me because she also got yarn from this location, so same brand, and was explaining to me that apparently the cones of yarn are waxed, so when you like wash them and block them for the first time, it really transforms the yarn. I'll have to ask her more about that or do more research myself. Anyways, it doesn't say the color. Oh, Admiral, maybe? And yeah, this was originally $80. So again, around $30. So we got that one. And then I had to get this color. I don't know if this would necessarily look good on me as like a sweater, but I had to get it. It was too good. Oh, I've got some trash stuck to it. Okay. So this says Heather, 100% wool in the color gold. It also says waxed. And this was $64. So probably under $30. And yeah, it is like a nice heathered yellow greenish, I guess like a chartreuse leaning yellow color. Wow, very similar to the couch. I guess I do love this color. And yeah, this feels pretty good. Like I feel like next to skin, this would be okay. Very knitter thing to do. So I was freaking out. And I already was spending too much time at Martin's because also I was with friends and we had to drive home that day, and it's like 5 hours away or something. So yeah, I definitely delayed us a little bit. But I was driving, so yeah. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I had to have them. And I already wish I had bought more, honestly. But anyways, I think I'm either going to make knitwear out of them, duh, and some of them feel softer than others, or I'm going to do rug tufting. I have a rug tufting gun. I've made rug tufted pieces before. This is a rug tufted piece. I haven't used that in a really long time, but maybe it's time I do that again. I was debating actually selling my rug tufting equipment, but I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool tool, and it also feels like reminiscent of pandemic times, and I think I'm just going to want to keep that as a tool in my wheelhouse forever, even if I don't use it all the time. So those are my thoughts on that. Maybe I will make a rug out of this. If you have suggestions or ideas for this yarn, please let me know. But I also really love these colors together. I love the blue and brown together. All of them. All three look great. I already have a bunch of rug tufting yarn. That yarn I would say is not good for, like I wouldn't make a knitted garment out of my yarn that I have for tufting. Whereas this, I think I could. So this yarn has more flexibility. It was more expensive at its like full price compared to my tufted yarn. So it's a little bit more special. So I'm gonna have to think about it. Oh my God, okay. I do feel like I'm talking forever. I also wanted to show this. I'm including this as an acquisition, not a finished object, because I did not make these. My friend Epek knit me socks, and I feel so lucky. I can't believe I am receiving knitwear. To be fair, my friend Madeline has also knit me things before as well, and I treasure them also. It's just like, it's so sweet to get handmade items. So yeah, very thankful. I did already wear these once, so they're not as pristine as I received them in, but yeah, and they have like this really nice texture. Also, I think EPEC is better at knitting socks than I am. These I would say are like a little bit tight going over my heel, but then once they're on, they fit really well. Whereas I think my socks I've made, they go on fine, but then they're kind of like a little bit loose. They might like bunch up and wrinkle. So I think maybe it's kind of nice to have this sample because maybe I need to be knitting my socks smaller than I have been. I don't love sock knitting. I think it's something I can improve on. I would like to love it. So I'm willing to give it some more shots because there's so many good patterns out there. I was gonna talk about media, but I feel like this is too long, so we're not gonna do that. But if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for watching. And let me know what you've been working on while watching this video. I hope it's not too long. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Any thoughts you have? Let me know which buttons I should use for the Olga jacket. Let me know if you're also knitting the Marielle Blouse. Let me know if you have any ideas for what to make out of these cones of yarn or this one. But yeah, I think that's it. October's been crazy. I hope this video can be out soon. And oh yeah, the other thing too, I've decided I was planning on going to Rhinebeck. I don't think I am, which is a bit of a bummer, but I have a wedding I'm going to instead, and that's going to be really fun. But anyways, all that to say, I hope everyone has a really fun time at Rhinebeck, and I'm excited to see everyone's vlogs about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.